Hi everybody, my name is Jaden McTavish. I am in your marketing class and I'm going to be discussing chapter 7, pages 212 to 216. So it starts off by talking about the 7 major presentation phases. I'm just going to run through these. So the first one is going to be your approach, and then you're going to fully discuss your product. You're going to follow that by presenting your marketing plan and explaining any business proposition. So that's pretty much going to be what's in it for the customer, right? Next, you want to suggest a purchase order, and then you're going to finish off by closing and exiting. Exiting is pretty much don't give up on the customer. Be professional, but don't close any doors, right? The next thing I'm going to talk about is the prospect's mental steps. So there's going to be 5 of these steps, and it's pretty much what a salesperson believes constitutes a purchase decision in a prospect or a buyer, right? So the first of which is going to be attention. The second you start talking, you have to gain and maintain their attention. Okay, so you got to plan carefully as you only get a limited amount of time with their attention. If you can keep that attention, then you now have piqued their interest. Once you pique their interest, they're gonna start asking you questions. If they strike up a discussion with you, that's when you know you have piqued their interest. So pretty much how you're gonna do this is you're gonna strive to link the benefits of your product to the prospect's needs. Once you have done this, then they now have a desire for your product. Okay, so be prepared because they're going to have objections and questions to make sure that your product is going to be the best to suit their needs. Once they have this burning desire for your product, they need to now you need to make sure that your product is going to be the best to fulfill these needs. It finishes up with conviction and purchase or action. So conviction is going to be after they have this desire, you have to convince them why your product is the best. So you have to develop a belief in their mind that your product is going to be the best for them so they can purchase it from you. And this conviction will arise once there's no reasonable doubt left in their mind that your product is the best for them. And then, like I said, finally, it's going to be purchase or action. Pretty self-explanatory. They're going to purchase your product. Next brings me to call reluctance in the chapter, okay? So this is pretty much arises when a salesperson doesn't contact a prospect or a client. This happens all the time to salespeople. It's very common, and it's a bad thing because it affects a ton of salespeople from achieving their full potential as they stop calling, right? So actually, in 80% of all first-year salespeople, if they fail, it's because of call reluctance. They just don't call people. Okay, there's actually 12 types of these call reluctance, and I'm going to run through these really, really quickly with you, okay? So the first one is going to be yielder sales, over-preparer sales, emotionally unemancipated sales, separationist sales, hyper-pro sales, role rejection sales, social self-conscious sales, doomsayer sales, telephobia sales, stage fright sales, referral aversion sales, and finally, oppositional sales reflex. Okay, I'm going to finish up by talking about a voicemail. Sometimes when you call a prospect or a customer, you're going to be left with their voicemail. They're not always going to be able to answer the phone all the time. Excuse me there. So there's 7 easy steps to follow if you are stuck with their voicemail, okay? So you want to be prepared. You want to review any notes. You want to smile. Be enthusiastic when you speak so they can hear the enthusiasm behind your voice, know you're passionate. You need it to be brief, 25 to 40 seconds max. You want to discuss the benefits that are going to be most attractive to your prospect. If there is time, talk about a success story, but if there isn't time, then don't. You have to be brief, right? You also want to leave your phone number and email. It could be your work phone, it could be your cell phone, as long as they have a way to contact you after. And finally, you want to make a call to action. You want to ask them to mention that they will call you, or say you will call them back at this date and this time. Okay, my name is Jaden. It's been lovely talking and explaining to you. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. I would love to hear from you. Okay, take care.